media world, but I thought Mac did what we were asking him to do tonight.
Okay.
Good, Carlos.
Chris, obviously when you go down that much and at halftime, I guess, what were some of the things you kind of told the guys at halftime to kind of ensure that you guys would be in the fight later on in that contest?
Well, whenever you get punched in the mouth, you can sit around, you can make excuses or feel sorry for yourself, or you can, get up and go back to work. And I give our guys some credit for that. We certainly did not play as well as we wanted to in the first half. But we knew we had another 20 minutes. So obviously not our best night. The reason it wasn't our best night was Houston. But I do think there was a little bit of fight there in the second half for us to show some grit and really have a chance to get back in the game. We cut it to whatever it was, guys, 6-7 points, right around that 4-minute media timeout, maybe a little bit earlier than that. And then you got to go win possessions. And I think in those stretch, we had a couple of bad defensive possessions where we played all the way till the end of the clock and we fouled. That's just lack of discipline. And then on offense, we had some opportunities. We just don't make the play. So, when you come from behind like we did, you have to play almost perfect down the stretch. It was not for the lack of effort. Our guys were dialed in. We were trying to win the game. And we just got to play a little bit better when we get in those big moments.
In terms of what you saw or what you learned from your team, I know you're going to learn a lot more when you look at the tape, but what did you learn from some of the performances like Micah Peavy early on when you guys were kind of looking to get something offensively going, and kind of what Joe alluded to was Mac McClung really kind of stepping in and being aggressive and kind of calling for the foul kind of later on in that contest?
Well, I don't know if we learned anything new, but one thing that we understand and we know, and tonight was proven true, is you just have to have championship contributions from the guys you play in games like this. You're not going to beat a top 15 Houston, which is basically a Big 12 type team, without playing well. And tonight we can go down the roster and, I don't know if anybody really played their A game. I know Mac McClung was very aggressive offensively, but, on a night where he goes, 0 for 6 from 3, we're counting on Mac to make, half his threes. I thought on a night where Micah played with a lot of courage, especially as a young freshman on this stage, we can't go 0 for 3 from the free throw line. So, and I think every player was like that. Every player did some good things that we played in this game, but every player did some mistakes that we just can't overcome against a team as good as Houston.
Last one from me, I guess, just when you kind of take all the things in, the kind of March basketball that you're expecting these guys to play later on down the season, I guess, what did you kind of tell them after this contest to where it's not March basketball in a sense that you lose and your season's over, but they're able to kind of take away something to kind of learn and know that they'll be in the situation later on in the season?
Yeah, losses hurt really bad around here. We're not into comebacks or moral victories or winning a certain percentage of our games. We put it on the line every night we play. We prepare like it's a championship game. And so when you come up short, it hurts. So after games like this, I think it's important that the message is consistent. We're all on the same page, The first part of any basketball game is the mental part. Were we ready to play? Were we prepared? Did we come to win? Then the second part, when it turns into a basketball game, there's some things you got to get done. And tonight, we just didn't play Texas Tech basketball. And again, give Houston credit. The reason we didn't have that balance in scoring was Houston. The reason we had too many turnovers was Houston. The reason we fouled too much late in possessions was Houston. So, tonight was a night that we're going to win from tonight because we're going to get better. That was the purpose of the game. But certainly disappointed we didn't win. We're not into finishing second around here.
Okay, we have time for one more question. Eric Kelly, if you want to go.
You talked about giving that credit to Houston, especially in making you guys uncomfortable. What in that first half did they do defensively that made you guys a little bit uncomfortable and caused those 12 turnovers?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think the first thing is they put a lot of pressure on our defense with their offense. They got loose for a couple 3-point shots early. It certainly wasn't our objective. And so now you're playing from behind. And when you're playing from behind, it changes the approach offensively with young players or inexperienced players. hopefully we'll get to the point where we come down the floor with the ball and we play Texas Tech offense, regardless of what that scoreboard says. But tonight in the first half, I thought we were really pressing. We were too worried about being down 10 or 15 than getting a good shot. In the second half, I give our guys a lot of credit. We quit worrying about that scoreboard for a while and we started chipping away, and we got a lot of good things done offensively and defensively in the second half. So I hope you guys would make a part of the story too, our fan base here. I can't tell you what a great night is basketball. I apologize as the head coach that we didn't play better, but we had a lot of faithful, loyal Red Raiders come out to Fort Worth tonight and spend their time and money. We had a great atmosphere. The Dickies Arena did a great job with the COVID policies. It was a safe night of basketball, but it felt good in there, almost normal at times. So I just want to personally thank everybody that came out tonight and watched the game. We're proud to return the team to Dallas-Fort Worth area here in a couple of days. We play in Frisco. We hope everybody will come out. Again, I'm disappointed and I apologize we didn't play better, but certainly we really appreciate the attendance tonight. I don't think you'll find another game in college basketball tonight where a team like Texas Tech could play in a neutral site like a Dallas, and we basically had a home game tonight. So I'm just very thankful for our fans, and we've worked so hard to build the program here, and I never take it for granted. Just want to say thank you again.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys for hanging in there. So we'll have another press conference on Tuesday to preview Thursday night's game. So thanks a lot, guys.